In 1937, the most famous pilot on Earth pointed her plane at a coral speck in the Pacific and vanished. People will tell you she was a spy, a prisoner, even a banker living under a fake name. The truth is simpler, sadder, and far less flattering to the conspiracy industry. Amelia Earhart, born July 1897 in Kansas, was the biggest celebrity aviation ever produced, managed by her publisher husband, George Putnam. In 1928, she became the first woman to cross the Atlantic by air, except she rode the whole way as a passenger. She hated it, calling herself just baggage like a sack of potatoes, and vowed to do it for real. She did. In May 1932, she flew solo across the Atlantic, the first woman ever 5 years after Lindbergh. Then in 1937, she set the goal that would kill her, circle the globe along the equator, the longest route ever attempted. Her ride was a twin-engine Lockheed Electra, registration NR16020, which she called her Flying Laboratory. The first attempt went west from Oakland and ground-looped on takeoff in Honolulu, shipped home for repairs. Attempt 2 reversed direction for better weather, leaving Miami June 1st with veteran Pan Am navigator Fred Noonan. Over a month, they island-hopped across 4 continents. 22,000 miles done, the hardest still ahead. By late June, they reached Lee, New Guinea, facing the leg that mattered. Lee to Howland Island, 2,556 miles of open ocean, at the Electra's range limit. Howland is a flat coral sliver, barely above the waves, with no landmarks. Hitting it meant near-perfect celestial navigation across the international date line, like sinking a coin from across a stadium. The U.S. parked a guide ship there, the Coast Guard cutter Itasca, ready to broadcast bearings and burn smoke. Earhart lifted off near 10 a.m., July 2, 1937, for a 20-hour flight. The plan depended on two-way radio direction finding the ship bearing on her or her set homing on the ship. It never worked, not once. The frequencies didn't match. She talked on 3105 and 6210 kilohertz, which the gear couldn't get a bearing on, and her bursts were too brief to lock onto. She never clearly heard the ship reply. The logs preserve the heartbreak in real time. Around 7:42, "We must be on you but cannot see you, gas is running low." Then her last credible word near 8:43, "We are on the line 157337, running on line." Then nothing. The largest search of its era swept 250,000 square miles. Empty. So what happened? Start with the boring theory. Crash and sink. She reached Howland's neighborhood, never spotted it, ran the tanks dry, and ditched into water 16,000 feet deep. It's the Navy's conclusion, the plain reading of the fuel math and her own radio calls. Sonar has hunted the seabed and found nothing, but that ocean is vast and deep, so absence isn't disproof. The serious runner-up comes from a group called TIGHAR. Maybe she flew that 157 line southeast to Nicumararo, an uninhabited atoll 300 miles away. The best thread, a partial skeleton found there in 1940 with a campfire and a woman's shoe. A 1941 doctor called the bones male and lost them, but a 2018 reanalysis of his measurements matched them to Earhart better than 99% of people. Add a compact, a freckle cream jar, and a notebook of distress calls, suggestive, but not proven. And then there's the fun stuff, pure nonsense. The Japanese captured her. The proof was a 2017 photo of Earhart on a dock in custody, until a researcher found it in a Japanese travel book printed in 1935, 2 years before she vanished. She was a spy for FDR on a publicly advertised celebrity stunt, the least covert thing imaginable. She became Tokyo Rose, except her own husband heard nothing. She lived secretly as banker Irene Balam, a real, different woman who sued until the book was pulled. Here's the verdict, and it isn't a conspiracy, it's a tragedy. A brilliant pilot aimed at a half-mile target after 20 hours aloft with a dead radio link near the end of her fuel. She told us so. Gas is running low. Most likely she went into the sea near Howland. Possibly she died a castaway on Nicumararo. What killed her wasn't espionage. It was a failure to establish a two-way radio bearing and an ocean big enough to hide the wreckage forever. Every wild theory survives on coincidence, hearsay, and one misdated photo. She was a real pioneer who died doing something genuinely hard. At least Amelia left us radio logs, a search, a line on a map. Our next mystery left almost nothing. In 1590, an English supply ship returned to a struggling colony on the coast of North Carolina, more than 100 men, women, and children, and found the settlement empty. No bodies, no struggle, no graves, just one word carved into a wooden post and the colonists gone as if the continent had swallowed them. Next time, Roanoke.